All right, here we go. We're live. It's gonna take me a few minutes if you're watching this on the replay, just to get some people in here. I'm gonna send out the link on ping the Discord. But if you're live here or watching on the replay, please go subscribe to the Buy Box Bandits YouTube channel. It's my podcast. We post twice a week with some awesome sellers. We had a whole bunch of $1 million plus, multi six-figure revenue sellers, all that. It's been amazing. So definitely go check that out. It's at the description. I'm going to go pin the Discord so we're going to get some more people in here. MN Hollow, what's up, man? How are the sales today? Oh, I forgot to put a thumbnail. That's a shame. So it has my weird looking profile pic there. Checkmate, what's up, man? So I just put the link to the podcast. I can't put it in the comments, but it is in the top of the description. So everyone go subscribe to that. We really appreciate it. We post Tuesdays and Fridays, and it's in the description right there. Go click. That'll be amazing. Average, but still plenty of day left. That's a good way to think about it. Yep. Amazon day resets at 3 a.m. PST, I'm pretty sure. So we definitely do have some more time to get sales. Venchi, what's up, man? Just typed on the Buy Box Bandits channel in the chat. Let's see if it shows up. Oh, there it is. And for those of you who haven't checked out the Buy Box Bandits yet, we have the YouTube channel, which I've obviously been plugging, and as well as we also post on YouTube and Spotify, and I think some other podcast platforms as well. So wherever you guys consume your podcast, you can check out the Buy Box Bandits. But yeah, it's Garrett, who you guys have seen on here, and Danny, who you guys have seen on here as well. We have it 2 times a week. Awesome sellers. We had probably 15 or so, maybe awesome guests so far, and we had a whole bunch more lined up. Okay, so we're going to get to some questions here. So if you're watching this, ask a question. Let me know what you need. If you wake up to a surprise every morning, exactly. Can you teach me, TA? I've watched your video with all that, but still have a lot to learn. Robert, what specifically do you need help with on TA? Love the BBB podcast. Thank you, Emma and Holly. You're the man. We appreciate the support. How do I find replens? So you look the same way you look for any other types of products, but you try to buy stuff that maybe it's not on sale, or you buy and then you go and check if it's still on that site. So basically you have to buy stuff that isn't necessarily like a seasonal or a bolo item that everyone else is going after. You kind of got to look in places I guess they aren't, or at least and replens oftentimes come from doing your own sourcing, not relying on someone else for it. You need to get Trader Soros from Twitter. Yeah, dude, Soros he's amazing. I follow him on Twitter. He seems to really be doing well, so I like following him. Definitely, we should definitely. So he is anonymous, but I might DM him actually right now about getting him on the Buy Box Bandits. That's a good call. To the moon, my dude. Do you use Product Finder on Keepa? I don't, but I definitely want to learn to. I know some people have success with it for finding wholesale stuff. Some people have success for it for finding arbitrage stuff. So it's definitely a good best way to manually source storefront stocking and reverse searching them Google searching specific items. Takes the most time, but it also finds you stuff other people aren't finding. So definitely a good method. Adventures with Victoria, what's up? Good to see you in here. I think he said he was on vacation a few days ago. Yeah, yeah. So I did shoot him a DM, so we'll see if he's interested in getting on the Buy Box Bandits. Dude, Oliver Flip's clip on that was my bro, so true. That was probably my favorite podcast episode we've had here. Definitely one of the top ones, but for the right reasons, it's also our most popular episode of all time. I think it has 700 views. Let me check. And that's on YouTube, so I'm sure it has a few hundred on other platforms as well, but let me see. Yeah, wow. So it has 685 views. Wow, and 46 likes. So if you guys have checked that out, that is amazing. But basically, he has this really long tangent on using Keepa or no, it was BrickSeek, using BrickSeek to find arbitrage listings, online arbitrage, which is interesting because a lot of people typically think of BrickSeek as strictly for retail arbitrage. What's the trick Garrett showed us to find the ASIN? So it's in the URL. It'll be like right after the Amazon.com if you want to find the ASIN. How many women in your oh man. I got texted and finally got to you. Oh, amazing. You're on the Venus leads list. Thank you for being on there. That is amazing. We're glad you're enjoying that. How do you find things that TA can't find? Yeah, by manually sourcing. Got to look at other people's stores, see what's working, and then find that product listed on other websites. Do you use payability? I do not. I'm lucky to at least somewhat have my cash flow down pat, so I don't use that currently, but maybe in the future I will. To export a CSV. Oh, yes, he did mention that. Yeah. That was definitely a very interesting method. Biggest one item flip. So a few years ago I got the Travis Scott Jordan 1s for the retail price, which I think was 160, and I sold them for 800 bucks. So that was amazing. Are product compliance requests common with toys? Absolutely, they're common. Fortunately, just something you got to deal with. Jeremy Boyle, thanks for being here, man. Hope if you have any questions, just let me know. What do you do when people want to return and say they don't have a printer? I guess they could like go to UPS and do it or something, or that person probably isn't completing that return, to be honest. Using Keepa to export 5K plus ASINs for reverse search. Wow, that sounds. I haven't done. I don't. So I assume you're using Keepa Product Finder then, right, Emin Hall? But yes, you're using Keepa Product Finder to get the CSV of ASINs, and then you're plugging that into TA. And I assume you're using Keepa Product Finder to pick the criteria of product. Hey Miles, I've been catching up on the podcast today. Amazing, Logan. Logan, which episode are you listening to or watching? Because we do on YouTube as well. Happened twice and I never got the return. Yeah, just let it be, and make sure the refund didn't process. Em and Holly, you might have to teach me how to do that. What types of criteria you're putting in on Keepa Product Finder? Yeah, that's like Emmett Hall. I cannot say enough good things about what that man's doing with his Amazon stuff. It's just very impressive. So new to it, making moves. It's beautiful. So do you resell returns on eBay or Mercari? So typically, if the item's screwed up, I'll try to just return it to the retailer, or if it's resellable, just sell it again. What are you thinking about for Q1 ahead of holidays? Anything on sourcing side that heats up Q1? Not specifically. And once again, this is really my first year really focusing on Amazon. Like it's my first year doing multiple six figures in revenue. So I don't, definitely don't have all the answers. But besides, toys really heating up in Q4 and just kind of everything heating up in Q4. I don't know specifically in the first quarter. But I'm sure there'll probably be some sort of hot seasonal item. I'm shook to send in my first FBA package. To do so, just send it in. Just send it in. Inventory Lab makes it easier, but either way, I mean, you shouldn't be shook about that. That's the easy part. Just finished the video game. Yes, the video game episode. That you guys like the title on that? Meet the $1 million video game seller. I think something like that. Or reseller. Yeah, that was a good episode. A lot of people like that episode. Definitely. I'll clip it this weekend and send it to you. Thank you, Evan Hall. Should we take care of the wholesale suppliers who just say we don't have the next? I mean, yeah, if the items are profitable, I don't see why that would deter you. 20K invested in Valentine. Oh, just kidding. Inventory Lab is essential. I agree. Inventory Lab just makes stuff a lot easier, and it'll definitely save you time that outweighs the $50 a month cost. Changes to the season from winter to spring. Yep. Inventory Labs almost screwed me and found 20, not knowing 11 were restricted. Oh, you were entering stuff. That's interesting. I would scan with the Amazon Seller app, or just to confirm, like make sure the ranks are the same. I would always do that, especially when it's only 28 different items. Like that should only take a few minutes to check. Schedule, wake up, deal with shipping, buy some stuff, and just make some content. I don't really have a set schedule, to be honest. Use my laptop to scan. That's interesting. Yeah, I would just use the Amazon Seller app, at least just to confirm the buys. That'll be easier too. Do you use Inventory Lab if you use a prep center? Yeah, so most people do, just because it'll be more convenient to give access on an Inventory Lab account. They'll just make it easier for the prep center to use it. And I'm sure at least most of them will be very adept to TA. With that being said, if anyone wants to send 500 plus units a month to a no tax preps center, let me know. Shoot me a DM or comment. Let me know. I can hook it up with you guys. But 500 unit minimum a month. I don't know. I would assume it's has percent of category. I don't focus on what Inventory Lab says in terms of stuff. But I mean, you can do the math with the sales rank using like a chart or something. What's your process on reverse searching products from Walmart? Finding the item and then finding an item. So Warner and me personally, I do everything manually. I was finding the item, then finding it. It's pretty simple when it's like Legos and stuff like that. But yeah, finding the item and then go looking for it. It typically can start with a good Google search. Or stick to out of stock. So besides toys and stuff for Q4 like I did this year, I don't sell many items Amazon's on, but yeah, I don't want to compete with them. Definitely not. Okay. My bad. My bad on like pausing there for a second. I was thinking about how all you guys should go down in the link in the description and check out the Buy Box Bandits podcast. If I got, what would you suggest best way to good make profits? Selling books. selling either books or super hot seasonal items right now. How much time do you put into adding more items to your buy list? Not a ton right now. I spent a ton in November on finding new toys to sell right now, though. Good question, though, Tommy. Definitely. Or a major store? Probably, but I mean, it all depends on what you do. But yeah, I would say it is more scalable, or at least more easily scalable than books. But you're going to be able to scale a lot easier and make more money buying online, just because one, driving around sucks, and then two, can only find so much in one specific store without having to drive to the next. When you can look through, theoretically thousands of products a day online and use a lot of software to do it. What about, so these aren't amazing blue light glasses. These are pretty cheap ones from Amazon. I think I'm gonna get really high duty ones next few weeks, maybe for Christmas. After you find a great product, how do you set on alert for when it goes on sale? So typically, that's actually a pretty good question. If you're buying Amazon, you can set up keep alerts, but I typically will not necessarily be that romantic to products that I'll wait for them to go on sale. I'll kind of like, it's not a great product if I can't find it profitably. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So it's, yeah, like it's not. There's no such thing as a great product that isn't profitable. There might be stuff that sells super quick, but if you can't buy it profitably, then it's a waste of your time to even think about. Rodriguez, what's up? Can you give me an example for website who try to do wholesale business? Yeah, search in your area, wholesale, beauty wholesale in New York, or beauty wholesale and wherever you are. Gotcha. Thanks. Absolutely, Chris. Yeah, Chris, that's definitely a good question. And I think I answered it the right way, but let me know if that didn't make sense. But I think it did. Oh, I haven't posted on Instagram yet for the day. How to do that? What's your real name? Yeah, I don't know Checkmate's real name either. Seth. What are you doing to automate your business more? Go deeper in specific items, and then hopefully figure out a way to have someone handle shipping. What percentage? I'm doing 0% wholesale right now. Do you reverse search to? Absolutely. So you can reverse search for wholesale manually, for online arbitrage manually, or you can use tactical arbitrage to reverse search once you find a good product or a good person store. Okay, when you look at a Keep chart, what's the first thing you look at? That's a good question. I'd probably say the easiest thing is immediately you see whether Amazon's on it or not. That's obviously very important. And then the sales rank and the price, and then what I can buy it at. And I know that was like four different variables, but obviously the sale price compared to what I can buy, that's the most important. Would it be worth it to invest in custom software? So you said you only had 200 to 500 bucks, cosmic, unless you're asking a theoretical scenario. So like definitely not at the start. That I believe some of like the eight-figure sellers that I know of do, but that's obviously a completely different story. So I would say no. What do you advise on someone without a car but has a UPS store for delivery a half mile away? I mean, schedule UPS pickups. It's like $7. How many items do you usually have listed slash active? So it depends on restock limits, but I try to have a couple thousand. How come you didn't use the prep center? So I already live in a no tax state. But considering it, not necessarily, but I mean maybe in the future. What's your thinking for posting for your personal brand? What'll help people, selfishly, what I think can attract the most eyeballs, then just documentation too, just showing you guys what's up, what I'm up to and everything. And I'm going on almost 3 years of it and it's been fun. I've been able to meet a lot of you guys. We get to do stuff like this, which is a lot of fun. And selfishly, I get to, make some money from it too, which is very important, at least right now for me. Dan, what's up, my man? Guys, go check out the Buy Box Bandits. Just wasn't sure if I mean you would need a problem to solve, which right now, if you once again, I don't know your situation, but if you were saying asking about only having $200 to $500, then your problem is you don't have enough sales and no software that you're going to be able to build is going to be able to solve that at the start. Have you ever made Chrome extensions or anything? Because I have some ideas for doing some stuff like that, which I think would be cool. Good sales rank for shoes and also clothing. You can't go wrong, under 50K, under 20K. But it's ultimately, also depends on how profitable that item is, right? But yeah, I mean, those sales ranks definitely move. Any helpful Chrome extensions? No, the softwares you use are BQL, Keepa, and Inventory Lab. And then if you need products to find, you can also use Tactical Arbitrage. Any advice on raising capital? I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty risk averse, so I don't know. I don't, well, I'm not super interested in that, so I don't really know, to be honest. But what's your best method for? So the best method for sourcing anything will always be manual if you're good at it, right? If you're not good at it, then it's a terrible way because you're not gonna be able to find stuff, right? So definitely paying people, like using leads list, or using a Discord group, or using TA, one of those. And you're kind of gonna have to test those out to figure out which works best for you. What are your thoughts on private? Oh, private label is amazing. On the podcast, we've actually had a couple private label guys, and on Tuesday, we're posting an episode with the guy who's done, I think, millions in sales. I actually know at least over 1 million in sales private label, which will be amazing. His name's Trevin. And we also have some other guys on the podcast that we've had that do PL as well. So I think it's a fantastic model, and maybe I'll do it myself someday. Where's Garrett? Garrett's busy tonight. As you scale, oh yeah, as I've scaled, definitely I take a lower ROI, and that's because there's low hanging fruit that I have the I've had the capital to do, so I might as well take it because it's low hanging fruit. How are Lego sales going? So Lego sales, I would say the majority of mine I've sold out on. There's some I'll need to reprice, and we'll see as we get closer to December 15th. Maybe I'll have to take some L's, but we'll see. It's all a learning experience, kind of this first year. Definitely. And so I'm probably going to hop off in 5 minutes or so. So any final questions you guys have, please let me know. Main ROI, 15% profit, 30%-ish ROI. Yeah, I would say December 15th, I'll probably start getting nervous if stuff hasn't moved. Are you using a VA source for you? Not currently. Best way to learn TA, YouTube, and then trial and error. I started with TA, straight TA, a ton of it at the start, and then eventually figured out manual. How do you get 12 order max? Multiple orders, multiple orders. Absolutely, yep. Favorite features of Amex Gold, the flexible spending limits. I think that's amazing. That's really helped me, and I know it's helped a lot of other people too. And there's a good amount of profitable items. What's a good method of price listing? Matching the buy box price. Do you sell another? So I do a little bit of Go and StockX here and there, but mainly Amazon. How much you spending month? It really varies. I've kind of really been lucky to be able to scale the past few months, so it's gone up a lot. But no specific answer, but definitely multiple five figures. BQL versus Aura, I don't think there's too much of a difference between them. I use BQL, enjoy it. A lot of people use Aura and really like that. Maybe test it with free trials. I don't know if Aura offers a free trial, but just test which works better for your items. Do you generally avoid listings that have the buy box suppressed? I would be lying to say it doesn't deter me, but I definitely do get sales daily on some items that do have the BB suppressed. When you talk about manual sourcing, is that using the Amazon Seller app? Nope. I do all my sourcing online, so I never really use the Amazon Seller app besides checking sales. That's just finding stuff without using software. Or like using someone else, like doing it on your own. Suggestions for a first-time repricer: only do it once you're getting a few thousand in sales, and then do a free trial of BQL using the link in the description. Would you say shoes are your bread and butter to source? I don't do a lot of shoes currently. Well, actually some, but the return rate's pretty high, so I try to stay away from it the best I can, but sometimes the ROI is just that good. When should you do FBM or FBA? When something's super, it's quick selling and you can replenish it and you just want to get stuff moved. All right, so we had about 30 people in here the whole time. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. This was a good little sesh, 30 minutes or so. We're doing a lot more of these coming in the next few days. If you're not subscribed to the Buy Box Bandits, please, really appreciate it if you go check that out, the link in the description. And if not, completely fine, but go subscribe to that if you haven't already. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next one. Really, really appreciate it. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. Maybe I'll be on tomorrow night or Sunday. Absolutely. Thank you guys.